Plaintiff Tracy Flath started dating the defendant after they met in a recovery program. Tracy claims the defendant attacked her when she caught him using heroin in front of his young daughter. And today, she's suing him and his mother for withholding her property. Defendants Brian Gould and his mother Deborah say when Brian started dating Tracy, she claimed she was divorcing her husband. However, to this day, she is still married. They're countersuing because they claim Tracy has harassed them.
Start with you.
Okay, Brian Gould and I started dating in 2012. We both met in IDRC, which is a recovery program. I had alcohol issues. He had heroin and cocaine problems. First 2 years were great. Then he relapsed.
In 2014?
And, yes. I came home one day and there was a woman in our home with her child. There was cocaine and heroin and beer all over the house. I said, you have 24 hours to get her out of the home or I will be gone. My sister picked me up the next day. I left. 2 months later, he got her out. I moved back in. Things were fine for a few months. And then he got arrested for possession of cocaine. And,
Not true.
Your Honor, I have the police report here.
Thank you. Go ahead.
He kept promising me he was going to go back to the methadone clinic. He was going to straighten up. He was going to get better. He was going to get better. Never did.
Incorrect.
Everything kept getting worse and worse and worse.
When did you all ultimately break up?
Finally, on September 10th, I came home. He was using drugs in front of his 3-year-old daughter. I took her to the bedroom, told him that was it. I was calling his mother, his baby's daughter, and the police.
That is also a lie also, Your Honor.
That's when he attacked me.
Plaintiff Tracy Flath says while dating the defendant, he attacked her after she caught him using heroin in front of his young daughter.
You give me some background, sir.
Okay. I met Tracy in 2013 in AA meetings. She started talking to me. While she was talking to me, she stated she was married, but she was also going to get a divorce. To this day, as far as I know, she is still married. I have a actual Facebook message from her one daughter stating how she is still sleeping with her husband and how she sees him every single day. And I also have a message from her other daughter, which is 12 years old, stating how she could not find or see or hear from her mother for 5 days, which I have right here.
Please. And you suspect that's because she's relapsed?
Yes, sir. On September 9th, she said she was leaving earlier that evening to go see her children, which she cannot see because she has 2 prior Child Protection Service cases.
Yeah, but she says she caught you smoking crack in front of the 3-year-old. You want to address that or not?
That is not true, sir.
Okay. She's made that up?
Yes, sir.
All right. And because you also denied that you were even arrested for cocaine
I did not
and heroin.
deny I was arrested for that. That is still going to court.
No, when she first said it, you said, that's not true. That's exactly what you said. That's not true is a denial. Do you understand that?
Okay.
All right. Don't talk to me like I'm a crackhead. I've never been one. All right. And ma'am, what do you want to say about this? Your child on May 26th said, hey, have you seen my mom? Because she has been gone for 5 days.
Your Honor, I don't see my daughter unless my sister is with me.
Why?
My husband has custody and I get to see them every day because my sister and I live right next door.
You do get to see her every day?
Yes.
Except for these 5 where you disappeared?
Because no, I didn't disappear.
Well,
she
that's
was
what the child
upstairs her son.
says. Can we get to the property you're suing him about?
Yes, I can. This is the top that we had at his mother's house.
Tell me what happened.
We stored it over during the summer at his parents' house. The week before that, me and his children were having a tea party in it at his parents' house on his mother's property. Then after I put the restraining order on him, which I have the restraining order.
What was that for? Why did you do that?
Because he attacked me.
And what were the circumstances surrounding that?
That's when I came home and he was using crack cocaine in front of his child.
All right. And then secondly, the property issue came up
After I got the restraining order on him, then that's when all of a sudden they decided that they weren't going to give us back me back my property.
He and his mom?
Yes.
The co-defendant?
Yes.
And let's see it, please, Doyle.
I also had a temporary restraining order against her because she was throwing things at me that night also.
Last you discussed with them what was said about your property.
The excuse that she gave me was that it was at the trailer park, which it never was because I have from all of my neighbors around the trailer park.
Did you ever accept
Your Honor,
property from her?
When Miss Flath left the property when the other roommate moved in, she stole many, many items. And I had an issue with her. And when I was asked, I said, no, here's a list of storage units that I printed out. Pick one, because it's not going to my house. I want nothing to do with it.
That was the property she's suing for. What is
Correct.
it again?
the top to my Jeep, Your Honor.
A Jeep top. What about him? What do you want to tell me about him and your property?
He's the one that took it off and put it on the
Physically?
property. Yes.
All right, sir. Did you remove the property physically?
No, I did not,
Jeep
sir.
top?
No, I did not.
All right, tell me the scenario in which he obtained your property and...
His mother owns about 5 acres. We drove to the back of the lot. He undid all the bolts, pushed it off, put it on logs, put a tarp over it, and then we went swimming with his children that day, and we went and met up with my sister.
So you all were still together?
Yes.
All right.
Yes, we were.
And did you see the top at the point in which she's speaking of?
No, I did not, Your Honor.
Never heard of what she's saying?
No.
All right, you have any evidence that you stored it there?
Yes, I do.
Let's see it.
Plaintiff Tracy Flath says while dating the defendant, he attacked her after she caught him using heroin in front of his young daughter.
What's your counterclaim for harassment, ma'am?
I'm suing her for harassment as she keeps making false accusations against me. She keeps taking me to court. She took me to court for turning the electric off on my own property.
That I was
She lived
living
at
in.
my property that I paid for a month. She's never paid rent. She just likes using people and seeing who she can use to get ahead. And when it doesn't work, she runs home to her husband.
So you did turn the lights
Your
off
Honor,
while she was
she
living
pays
there?
for all his bills.
I did.
Okay, you can't do that. I said to my mom, Mom, it's going to rain, so you better get your top. She turned and said to Brian, babe, we need to go to your parents to put my top on and make sure my spare is away. He said, okay, Tracy. All right, and come on up, ma'am. State your name.
Hi, I'm Lisa Fields.
What do you want to tell me?
When we went to the pool that day, he stated to me that he did take off the top and he did store it at his mother's because he was very proud that he could take it off by himself.
Any further testimony from you, sir? You say you don't know nothing about it. She's making it all up, and you have
also,
no idea what she's talking about, right?
Also, it weighs 160 pounds. I looked it up online.
Got it.
And that they
I
sell.
didn't ask you that. Were you denying knowledge of any
Yes,
of it?
I
Because
deny
you
it.
have
Never there.
earlier. Okay, and based on the testimony, the evidence, and the witness, I do believe her. And your counterclaim, you committed an illegal act by turning off the electricity knowing that someone was in there. So I'm going to dismiss your counterclaim. You have no claim against her. $2,300 is your judgment for
Thank
the
you,
property.
Your
I
Honor.
believe he stored it over there. Have a good day.